Wells Barnett was a brave black journalist who stood against lynching and, later in her career, campaigned for women's rights too. She was a courageous heroine. She was born as a slave in 1862 on July 16th in Holly Springs, Mississippi. 6 months later, the Emancipation Proclamation, which freed all slaves in America, was signed by Abraham Lincoln. But in 1878, a deadly disease called yellow fever swept across the South where she lived. Since medical care was not the best back then, her parents and brother all died. In 1883, Ida got a teaching job by lying about her age to support her family. She moved to Memphis, Tennessee with 3 of her siblings to live with their aunt. In 1884, she paid for a train ticket, but the conductor said she had to move out of her seat. Why was that? She was black. Ida refused and tried to fight back. No one offered her help. She sued the railroad and won $500. 3 years later, the case was taken to a different court. Ida lost. In 1888, Ida became a journalist for Memphis Free Speech and Headlight and began writing and protesting against lynching, a brutal form of killing or beating usually performed in public. Later in 1891, Ida got fired from her job as a teacher because of the way her writing said that white people, who were still considered superior at the time, were wrong to lynch black people. She was undeterred and kept writing. In 1892, 3 of Ida's friends got lynched. To top that off, her office got destroyed by a mob of white people. Ida never went back. In 1893, Ida moved to Chicago and started working for a newspaper run by her future husband, Ferdinand L. Barnett. In 1895, she wrote a small book called A Red Record, which is about lynching. And that same year, on June 27th, she married Ferdinand L. Barnett and changed her last name to Wells Barnett. Even after having 4 children, she didn't stop her work against lynching. Ida also founded many groups, including the National Association of Colored Women, National Afro-American Council, and Women's Era Club. In 1909, she attended a meeting that led to the founding of the National Association of the Advancement of Colored People. Later in 1920, women finally got the right to vote. In 1931, on March 25th, Ida B. Wells passed away because of kidney failure. In 1970, way after she died, Ida's autobiography, Crusade for Justice, was published by the University of Chicago Press. Ida B. Wells has inspired countless Americans, including me. We should all strive to be as brave as she was during her lifetime. I think she has left a lasting mark on a lot of people. She is one of my heroes.